Hello everyone, my name is Axel and I'd like to welcome you back to another Starcraft 2 1 vs 1 replay casted by myself. This time we do have a Zerg versus Terran on the map of Zelnaga Caverns. You are supposed to play Terran, notice that. Players are distracting me with chat. Oh, okay, I know what that means. Okay, I'll talk about it later. But anyway, yeah, this is a Zerg versus Terran. No Protoss here today. You may have noticed that all of my casts have had a Protoss player in them. Thought I'd change it up because, well, Starcraft 2 is such an amazing game, has so many amazing matchups, and a lot of these amazing matchups produce amazing games. So we'll hope to see one here, and let me just introduce the players really quick. In the bottom left, we do have the red Terran player. This is Jimmy. ThisisJimmy is a member of Check 6 Gaming. He is also very, I guess, active in the Starcraft 2 tournament scene. You join any North American online tournament, you'll probably see him there. I know I, for one, have seen him at many Go for SC2 Cup tournaments, which are Wednesdays and Sundays, I think. But yeah, this is Jimmy. Also 68th among all Masters divisions, so he's definitely up there on the ladder. We should see a good game from him. In the top right, we have a Zerg player, iloveoov. Now, if you remember what Jimmy said earlier at the beginning of the game, he was mentioning the fact that he was upset that iloveoov wasn't playing Terran. Now, why would he be upset about that? Well, iloveoov was the name of a famous Brood War Terran player, and I guess this guy is a pretty big fan of that. Pretty big fan of the Brood War player, so he decided to take the name, but he did not decide to take the race as he is playing Zerg. But iloveoov is 35th among all Masters divisions, so is a little bit ahead of ThisisJimmy on the ladder, but both these players are definitely high up there. So I'm excited for this game. We should see a very good game as both these players are very high ranked on the ladder, and we do have a pretty early pool and gas. Looks like 13 pool or 14 pool, 13 gas. 14 gas, 13 pool, I apologize, from iloveoov. Not looking to get that early expansion. Probably because Zelnaga Caverns a pretty short rush distance, a little dangerous to get that early expansion against Terran. Oh, because the T-Rax is so powerful against the Zerg early game, and is very hard to deal with if the Terran gets bunkers down. So he's looking to get that early speedling metabolic boost researched so he can get that early map control and get his hatchery without any sort of stress involved. We do have ThisisJimmy getting a tech lab on his barracks, and it looks like we do have a Reaper on the way, getting his gas at an appropriate time, pretty standard time to get the gas for the Reapers, because Reapers do require gas. 50-50 they are priced at, but as you know from a recent patch, I guess not recent, the patch was a while ago that nerfed Reapers pretty hard, so you won't see a lot of Terrans use Reapers that much. This SCV is scouting around for any shenanigans, and we do have our first battle of the game, a Reaper and a Zerg, and a couple Zerg, actually, a few Zerglings going at it. The Reaper trying to get away with his life. Some good micro on ThisisJimmy's part. That Reaper does stay alive with 5 hit points, so very good micro by ThisisJimmy. We do have Zerglings pursuing this SCV across the map, deciding to let him go in favor of getting the watchtowers. No, in favor of just returning to the hatchery in order to defend against any impending Reaper attacks. This SCV is heading toward the natural hatchery, and we do have a command center and a factory going down behind. Some pressure from ThisisJimmy. This is some Reaper pressure. I haven't seen that much. I haven't seen this that much. Reapers are very good against slowlings, but not so good against speedlings, and the metabolic boost did just finish, so iloveoov will have speedlings at his disposal to deal with these Reapers. These Reapers are going to micro away from these Zerglings, trying to kill as many as they can, but does get surrounded. Oh, takes advantage of the terrain and hops down and hops back up, so trying to stay alive as much as possible, but iloveoov will have none of that and does easily takes care of those couple of Reapers. Now ThisisJimmy realizes he did force iloveoov to make those Zerglings, so he did expand behind that pressure. I actually like this. I like that pressure by ThisisJimmy. It ensures that he can get his second command center down relatively safely, while applying some pressure at the same time, forcing iloveoov to make a couple Zerglings to whittle down that drone count. Now iloveoov is putting down a Baneling nest, so I am excited. We're going to see Banelings. I know the last game I casted did have Banelings as well, so we all know that I am a big fan of Baneling play and, well, seeing things blow up. I don't see how you cannot be a fan of that, and ThisisJimmy making some more barracks, so it looks like he has 3 barracks and a factory with siege tanks, or I guess siege tech being researched and siege tanks getting produced. So we're going to see some tank marine play from ThisisJimmy and some Zergling Baneling play from iloveoov, at least in the early mid part of this game. So definitely looking forward to that. We do have a layer on the way, as well as one gas. I would expect him to take these two as well, but oh, there we go. Those are there are the gases. So we will see a tech choice, a higher tech choice, I should say, chosen by iloveoov. Once that layer is completed, we do have the Zerglings coming forward, just deciding to... Oh, yeah, they're just going to check on the expansion, see where the progress of that is at. Sending 2 Lings up to their death. Siege Tank has 2 kills on its name. Actually, 3 kills now, picking off another Zergling. iloveoov getting out of there. Does not want anything to do with Siege Tanks at this point in the game. ThisisJimmy does feel safe enough now that he has Siege Mode research to put a bunker down and actually expand to his natural expansion. Also deciding to add on another barracks along with the tech lab. We should see either stim or combat shield being researched from that tech lab very soon, continuing to produce marines and tanks. Obviously, either there are 2 things he's going to do here. He's going to do a timing push with marines and tanks, or he's going to turtle up with lots of bunkers and lots of tanks and just take his third pretty fast. But we'll have to see. We're not there yet. Let's see what iloveoov is doing. We do have a Spire on the way, so we are going to see Mutalisks. Very exciting to see. Mutalisks are a very good unit, mainly for harassment and taking off those reinforcements. You never want to engage a Terran army, or I guess a Marine army, head on with a flock of Mutalisks, because they will die. Marines are so damn good. But we don't see too much activity going on. We do have a Marine trying to take this watchtower and expelling the Zergling from there. So ThisisJimmy taking the watchtower. Actually, deciding to get out of there. As iloveoov brings his Zerglings, he will have none of that. It is his watchtower, and ThisisJimmy starting his +1. Stim is halfway done, so we may see a push coming out pretty soon, I would expect, but we will have to see. We do see a macro hatch coming down from iloveoov, eager to make all those Zerglings. More hatches, more larvae, more Zerglings. Always good to see. He is whittling away at these rocks, so he's looking to take his third relatively soon. Oh, and I think that drone is actually, in fact, I'm going to do that right now. We'll have to keep an eye on that. We do have some pretty good creep spread from our Zerg player, iloveoov. I always like seeing good creep spread because, well, that makes your Zerg army that much better. Of course, they get a speed bonus when they're on the creep, so they can surround any enemy Terran armies. We'll have to look to see the application of that in the future. The Mutalisks are out. We do have 3 more being produced. It looks like we have quite a few there. 6 Mutalisks. Oh, and we do have a push coming out from ThisisJimmy. 4 tanks and about 20 Marines going on the middle left side of the map. Looking to do a little bit of damage. Let's see. I don't think... Actually, iloveoov looks to be adequately prepared. It will come down to micro, of course. ThisisJimmy laying down a scan. Getting rid of those creep tremors. Does not want that creep to go any further. When the tank fire does go off, damaging those 2 Marines. I bet they're feeling pretty sad right now. We could see a significant engagement here. We do have the tanks sieging up, taking a defensive position. The Mutas are coming in, trying to whittle away at the tanks. And here come the Zerglings and the Banelings coming forward, running into everything, taking out the tanks, surrounding the Marines, and the Mutalisks are just going to clean everything up. Oh, but we do have reinforcements coming from the south. From ThisisJimmy trying to deal with the Mutas, but I'm not sure if 4 Marines will be enough. They are all in very low health, and these 4 Mutalisks should be able to take care of those Marines quite easily. And they're able to take down those tanks. And wow, that tank actually got a creep tumor with his last kill. Actually, I'm not sure if killing a creep tumor gives you a kill, but we do have the third going down from iloveoov, trying to get those rocks down so we can have a pretty favorable defensive position, because you do not want to be quarantined away from your third. At least I'm sure iloveoov does not want that to happen. So we do have +1 armor coming down from ThisisJimmy, and he's continuing to apply the pressure. Does not want iloveoov to feel safe at all, but iloveoov does have a significant amount of Zerglings and Mutalisks. I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, there he goes. ThisisJimmy deciding to make siege on the third base of iloveoov. Also building a missile turret. I really like that play. Hopefully that can get done before iloveoov decides to engage this. But iloveoov does... No, he does... Oh wow, the SCV, or the turret does finish up. So the turret does survive, so it will serve as sort of an aerial defense for the Terran army. I'm not sure how much worth it will be because it's so low on health, but we do have Zerglings and Banelings coming in here to deal with this. He does not want that hatchery to go down. It is so close. I would almost target the hatchery if I were you. This is Jimmy, but the Banelings are destroying absolutely everything, and the hatchery does escape with its life. I guess it doesn't escape, it just sits there, but it is still intact, 125 hit points. I would not be surprised to see a queen walk down there to do a little transfuse action. He does not want to lose that hatchery because the third is ever so important as a Zerg player when your Terran is only on, your Terran opponent rather is only on 2 bases. This is Jimmy, saw the blood in that hatchery, does want to go take that out. We'll see what happens, but the Zerglings are coming in and taking care of the reinforcements of this army that's pushing out forward. This is Jimmy. Oh, and This is Jimmy does take out that hatchery. A very good move by This is Jimmy, and also taking out a couple of drones, but he does lose a lot of units in the process of that attack, so I'm not sure if that was entirely worth it. iloveoov does have a 20 supply lead on This is Jimmy. Wow, this is a very action-packed game. This is Jimmy is continuing to apply the pressure, does not want iloveoov to be able to take a breath, using the mobility of Marines to his advantage. We have an armory going down, so we're going to see some Thors in the future, I hope. Or maybe that's just to get the +2 weapons and armor going for the upgrades on the infantry. And we do have a 4th hatchery going down by iloveoov. He does have a lot of minerals currently floating about 900, so I like that decision to take another hatchery and try to get those that mineral count down. No, this is a pretty stagnant part of the game. It doesn't look like any action is going on at the moment. Oh, but This is Jimmy has something to say about that, deciding to be aggressive once again as these Mutilas swing around the side. Nope, decide to go back. They sense something's up. They need to be there to defend from this attack from This is Jimmy. This is quite a formidable force of about 30 Marines and 5 siege tanks. But iloveoov, look at that, does have a lot of Zerglings and a decent amount of Banelings, so we'll see what happens here. And the Zerglings and Banelings are engaging off creep. The Marines are fleeing for their lives. They do not want to be picked off by the Banelings, but the Mutilas are coming in. Not sure about this decision. The Mutilas need to get out of there. Marines do so much damage to the Mutilas, but the Mutilas are just deciding to take it for the team and give their lives away to these Marines. These Marines are feeling pretty damn good about themselves, getting plenty of kills and some Broodlings on top of that, able to take out that expansion. This is Jimmy doing an extremely good job taking care of this expansion by iloveoov, not letting him get his economy up at all. Every time that the third does go up, This is Jimmy has succeeded in destroying it, deciding to poke forward, trying to get rid of some creep, sieging up once again. Now that is the end of part 1 because this video is going to exceed 15 minutes. YouTube will not let me upload anything over 15 minutes, so I have to ask you to click that little part 2 button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Seriously, hit the button. Alright, I'll make it bigger for you. Okay, this is just silly. Hit the button so you can watch the rest of this amazing game. Seriously. There's nothing else past this. You're wasting your time by watching this, you know. Alright. Looks like I'm going to have to encourage you to go somehow. Phoebe dog. Hey. Hey. Arf, arf. Arf. Alright, there's my dog. Now go. See you there. Seriously. Bye.